We were looking at market depth. We were looking at advanced decliners for stocks. We were looking for fair value and prem. We were looking for discounted futures to buy into and whether it was priced in or not. The book liquidity, we were looking for futures bids or offers. And this is where we started the process, right? This is where we started the process. The idea was to start looking for those opportunities. We'll obviously be touching on this and covering this in the classroom today. So we can get a view of the advanced decliners. We can get a view that we are trading in the right direction with those guys. And we can take a punt. We can take a punt on any kind of value that we see developing. Now, obviously, into the early sessions, it's going to be tougher to find those trades. But there was one. There was one, and perhaps Stefan can agree with this one. It's a very, very obvious one. Does anybody see the very obvious trade into the cash open? Stefan in the room? Can you see the very obvious trade at the cash open? As a floor trader, this one is the one that screams at you. Well, it should be screaming at you. I'm surprised nobody's already typed it in. It's this one right here. Do you see it? Because the prem downticks as the prem downticks as the tick in the advanced decliners uptick. Do you see it? Is that not exactly right out of the classroom we did this morning? That was right out of the classroom we did this morning, right? So that would have been your buy opportunity to join in there. And you'd have been bidding that price at the close there. You'd have been bidding 40 3/4. And you'd have been able to take a very, very quick profit of $100 off that trade. Very quick profit of $100 out of the book at that stage. Nice trade, nice outcome. Any other ones? This candle here. There's a challenge to that candle. There is obviously a very nice liquidity level in the background to run stops against. So I'd have been keen to take an advantage of that. The book never went bid until we got the stop run. Joined back in again. And obviously when you join back in again, the problem is the prem then flipped back into a buy side. And it stayed bid as the book started to flip over here. So that's giving you an idea that that's an absolutely vast, very quick exit into that 43 print right there. And possibly even trying to work into a short sell. The reason why this is trading like the locals is because you're not actually really taking any other views. This is literally the view you're getting from that one candle swing. You've got a trade that lasts, in a lot of cases, about 5 seconds. And that's all you're interested in, is trying to get that quick locals view of the market, capturing at least the bid-offer spread. We talked about improving the bid-offer spread to 2 or 3 ticks earlier on in a conversation. And obviously, because we can improve the spread to 2 or 3 ticks, we're actually getting better than most locals were able to get, which is obviously that bid-offer spread of 1. So we can start to spot some of these ideas. We saw another opportunity to maybe buy into this pin, down into these pins here. See it? So we got a very, very discounted price here. You might say, but it's on our green candle. You know, we had a conversation about this. We can still buy into that trade because it's discounted. So I know that that's still got a discount. Even though the candle's going up, it's still got a discount. And if you bought into that at 43, traded 47s. $200 in 20 seconds, Stefan. $200 in 20 seconds. It's a pretty good trade, right? This candle, another opportunity to buy, yeah? This candle's a little bit skinny. A little bit skinny. You might say, why? Well, if you look at the prem's actually not moving. Sorry, if you look at the tick's not actually moving. We're not getting a bid on the stock market. And because you're very close to the highs, that's the kind of trade you'd be a little bit concerned about buying into. It still works out. You can see it still works out. But you're already long anyway, so why would you want to put a double size into that elevated price? You'd want to stick around for that as a little opportunity to stick on the buy trade and just make the monies. And that's exactly what you did. 46s traded, 48 halves, 10 ticks. Great trade. So you can see some of these opportunities. Can you spot them? They're really, really obvious, in line with the overall shape of the markets. Another brilliant buy opportunity there, yeah? See that? What a brilliant buy opportunity on that one. Now, you might say, why was this not a buy opportunity with the prem as low as it was? Because we had the offers coming into the stock market. If we've got offers coming into the stock market, yes, the prem looks as if it's gone way below where we should be, but that might be a sell program coming in the futures. I don't want to buy into a sell program. I'm going to lose money if I buy into a sell program, right? That's the concern you've always got. That's why on some occasions, that buy trade there, for example, it can't be a sell program because the price is going up. So that there is actually a higher probability trade as a scalper. As a local, that's a higher probability trade because there cannot be a sell program coming in there because the price is going up. So that's a higher probability trade, not a lower probability trade. Make sense? So we're obviously going to cover this in classroom anyway, so I don't intend to get into a lot of detail at this stage, but it's just for anybody that wants to have a look at it as it develops. But we'll certainly cover this in classroom today when we get started at 4 o'clock. Possible sell program kicking in there. That's a good sell because of what reason? Well, it can't be a buy program, can it? Cannot be a buy program on that candle. Impossible to be a buy program. So that's actually a higher probability sell than the other one. Do you understand that? That's a higher probability sell on that one. And the same is true of this one as well. That's a higher probability sell on that one as well. Does that make sense? So one of the things you might be able to have recognized from that, Stefan, is that every single one of those prem tick type trades made money, right? And we've looked at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, specifically 8 trades in the first 4 minutes. Every single one of them, if you got filled, made money. Very, very, very little drawdown, if anything, during those 8 trades. Did they make a lot of money? It depends, of course, on whether you held the swing. If you started to buy this one and you held the swing, that's actually a very big profit from 45s up to 55s. I mean, that's a $500 scalp winner there. That is a big winning swing trade. So obviously they do have the potential to be winning swings as well as simply 1 minute, 5 second, 10-second scalps. You know, they can be big winning swing trades as well. This sell trade, these very good sells, fortune made on those sells as well. Selling into those trades, you were at 49s, 50s, just traded 36s. You made $700 on a big sell swing. Big sell swing for $700. So scalping like a local, even the big trades, you've done $1,200 odd. And that's a pretty good way to make a living, Stefan, so long as you add that component to your scalp trading. How can you decide? Well, volume's one, measured moves is another, wholesale prices is another. So obviously when you start to see any kind of any type of volume, you can start watching for a divergence creeping in, so you're not necessarily selling on the way up, but guess where you would have sold? Well, when you start to see the tick starting to downtick here, you might not have got 55 for your exit, but by the time, if that downticks, you're obviously going to be exiting there, and you'd have got paid at 53s, 53 halves. Yeah, so you could have got away from your trade, not on the way up, but on the way back down again in there. And then you're flat the market, and you're ready to now take advantage of the fact that you're looking at the absolute, you're looking at, sorry, the trend being sell side, and then joining in with that short sell. So there's not necessarily a trade on the way up to get rid of it, but there is a trade on the way back down. But remember, in the micro world like this, every 5 points is going to be a key strike for you, right? Every 5 points, every time you look at 50s, 55s, 40s, 45s, and all of these prices, these are all going to be key areas for you as a trader. You know, you're going to be watching these areas like a hawk, like a local's going to watch every 5 points. Literally every 5 points a local's going to be looking at for a possible trade outcome. So when it hits into that 55 area, you're going to be watching it like a hawk anyway. So it's just another one of those warning signs that that's something to pay attention to. As it transpires, there wasn't really much else we could really get into. There was a little sell trade on this candle here. The prem's very small, but you know, it is what it is. The prem is very small on that candle, but you know, you still see it. It's, you know, if we're going to count it, we're going to count it, right? So there could have been an opportunity to trade there, which is not. You might say, well, why did you not count this one? Why did you not count these ones? Different candles, different style, different trade altogether, right? But that is a sell trade. That's a high probability short sell. Now that took a little bit of time to go, but that's a high probability short sell, and then it did go beautifully eventually for that trade, didn't it? High probability short sell. The next high probability short sell came in where? Can you all see it? Right there. There's your next high probability short sell, yeah? Agreed? So if you took those 4 trades, you've annihilated the downside, haven't you? You've annihilated the downside. Would you agree with that, Stefan? Would you agree that we've been objective through these trades and we're not being subjectively picking and choosing our way through the best? I don't actually see any other ones. I don't actually see any other trades. I mean, I would mark them if I saw them, but I don't. I can't see any other trades that I'm missing there. Based on the rules we gave you this morning, those would be the only 4 trades you could have had during that leg lower, which obviously has just made you a fortune at the cash open, on the way up and on the way back down again, which is always good news, of course.